And the problem facing Paul's converts and the reason for the crisis can now be unfolded. The challenge facing any Gentile convert to Christianity is clear when Paul declares in 1 Thessalonians 1 that you turned from idols to serve a living and true God. Wait a minute, you turned from idols? That's like saying to someone in my generation, you stopped using the car, or to a millennial, you've stopped using your smartphone? Idols were everywhere. Everybody had them, everybody worshipped them. Every town or city had two sorts of inhabitants, the visible ones, the humans, and the invisible ones, the gods, and perhaps also the ancestors. The gods included the big ones, Zeus and Hera and Athene and Artemis and so on, and the local ones. And there were massive temples and wayside shrines, and indeed in-house shrines for your personal favorites. And everybody knew that if you neglected the gods, bad things were likely to happen. If there was a flood or a famine or a city fire, people would at once ask, who of their number had failed in their obligations to worship the gods, to offer appropriate sacrifices, to pray the prayers properly, to attend the annual or monthly celebrations, and so on. In a world where life was lived very much in public, with only the rich having any privacy, and even then your slaves might tell on you, everybody would know who was turning up and giving the gods their due, and who wasn't. And people would often spy on their neighbors and pressurize them to come into line. This whole aspect of early Christianity, that from day one a convert was supposed to abandon the ubiquitous idols, has not been sufficiently taken on board in modern Western Christianity. We are enthralled to all sorts of idols, and because we don't normally discuss it, we don't even notice it. But this was the biggest challenge for Paul's converts, not just to break lifetime habits of mind and heart as well as of body, but because it would at once mark you out as a social misfit. Imagine today a neighborhood where every house displays a poster featuring the same political candidate, and then one house fails to display any poster, or worse, shows one with the rival candidate. There are places in my country, I couldn't possibly comment on yours, where that would invite a brick through the window. Now, multiply that effect by about 1,000, and you would get near what it would mean, that when everyone else in Antioch or Lystra or wherever is setting off to attend the procession and sacrifice in honor of the local god, one family stays at home. Everybody would know. And if a plague struck the town the next week, they'd know who to blame. That is the reality of early Christian life in the Greco-Roman world.